tungsten color balance setting, then we'll do it under daylight. And then it's fluorescent.
What is tungsten?
Tungsten?
Yeah.
Tungsten just means the light bulbs that Thomas Edison invented had a filament, a little piece of wire between the positive and negative. Yeah, what we're doing is we're using the camera's presets with 3 different sources. I mean, and we're going to look at them both set to tungsten, into daylight, and fluorescent, and then we're going to do another one. So that's probably plenty. It's 5 seconds at each. Okay, so we'll do a few seconds of that. Then I'm going to light my face with each one of these instruments. We'll do the same thing. So you have skin tone. That's important for analyzing. That's probably 5 seconds. So this first take, I'm holding a 40-watt tungsten bulb here, just out of frame. I'm trying to get it where I can see my eye. Okay, so the camera's now set on its tungsten setting. Okay, cut. So now this is the camera's balanced for daylight, but I'm illuminated with a tungsten bulb, so everything is extraordinarily orange. This is what would happen if you had your camera set for daylight and you suddenly went inside to film the turkey dinner and didn't re-white balance or change to the tungsten setting. Okay, illuminated with one of these store-bought phaco-fluorescent tubes, which is not really fluorescent because it's been painted yellow, but you'll see it's relatively accurate. I mean, it's not too far off, even though he's set for tungsten. Because this thing is painted to look like tungsten, because we're used to that in our houses and we like yellow light, they did a pretty good job. I mean, it's not too bad. Okay, now we're going to cut and we're going to put it on daylight. Light, you can see now when it sees this tungsten or tungsten-like fluorescent lighting, again, I look radically orange, which we're not set for, not white balanced for. Okay, so that's what this fluorescent bulb looks like with the daylight setting. It's on its fluorescent setting. Pretty close. Okay. All right, so here we are again with this little bastard, and its camera's on fluorescent setting, and you'll see it looks a little orange because this thing is painted orange. It's not really fluorescent. Like Gary, tilt up to the ceiling really quickly and catch one of those fluorescent bulbs. They'll probably look pretty white. Yeah, see? So that's the camera set fluorescent. Those are real fluorescent bulbs. This is a yellow painted fluorescent. So see how those look pretty white and pretty true? Tilt back down to this pseudo-fluorescent, you'll see how orangey red it is. Refocus. We don't have an HMI, or we don't have any daylight balanced fluorescent bulbs, so we simulated a daylight source by putting a full blue gel in front of a movie light there. So that's theoretically daylight. We've got the camera now on the tungsten setting, so not surprisingly I look a little blue, right? Okay, we're going to cut, and then this is the same approximated daylight source, an incandescent light with a full blue gel on it, but we're shooting on the tungsten setting now. It's actually kind of odd because that should end up being very blue. Oh no, we're on the daylight setting. Gosh darn, I keep reversing. Okay, this is the daylight. The previous one was tungsten. Cut, and this is the last take. This is again the approximated daylight source, incandescent light with a full blue, and now the camera's on the fluorescent setting. And if you tilt up again to the ceiling, you'll probably see that the bulbs up there look nice and white, but you tilt down and you'll see that this one is yellow because they painted it yellow, and obviously the tungsten bulb looks like a lot yellower than the true fluorescent light above us. Okay, cut.